What's going on YouTube? It's Arkham Guides here, bringing a new series of videos, episodes as you will, and I've done a lot of research and I want to do something different, something that's out of the ordinary when it comes to videos, because everyone sees Mega, Capital G, and all the other big names who, have found their niche and things. So I'm trying to start something as a series so I can try to get more subscribers and more followers. More people to pay attention to the series. We're going to start off the first episode as the plus ones in the current format. Something different. I haven't seen this out there yet, so I've asked a bunch of questions, asked a bunch of players and friends who currently play the game and see what they thought. Ran some ideas behind them, or ran some ideas by them to see what they thought, and what we've constructed a list here of the top 10 plus one cards in the current format. So number 10 we have Prime, or the Prime Monarch. The graveyard effect of it, especially in defense position, is a plus one, but also the first effect where you can shuffle 2 Monarch cards, spell traps, into the deck and draw one. That's also good. A lot of people forget that. A lot of people just use it for the tribute fodder for your monsters, which the first effect is pretty good as well. A lot of you guys who play Monarchs know, like, Pantheism Pitch Prime is pretty much the bee's knees, and it just gets the deck going. Next is Moon Glacia. Moon Glacia, as you guys are aware, that water topped ARG the other day. I think his name was Danny Thaya. He topped with water. I checked out his deck. It's pretty good. A couple things I don't agree with, but then again, I didn't top at ARG. Next we have Deep Sea Diva. Deep Sea Diva, obviously water. As some of you guys may know, I'm a big water fan. I currently have the deck and I'm playing it. I just don't... Yeah, it wins. When it goes off, it goes off, but when you open up Brick, it's bricky as all hell. With Neptibus, Neptibus is a good card and it's a good plus one. It gets the engine going, but after turn 2 or turn 3, you're basically out of resources, especially if you keep activating Neptibus' effect. You figure you activate Neptibus' effect, pitch 1, draw 1, or pitch 1, search 1, I'm sorry. You start running out of resources, especially a lot of decks are playing 2 marksmen, 3 infantry, and 2 dragoons. But we'll see how the rest of the format plays out with water. Next we have Cosmo Tin Can. Tin Can was overlooked when the cards first came out. But now as the formats, after the adjustment list, Cosmo has, what's the word? Tried different approaches to the new format. With the inclusion of Stormtroopers and the Tin Cans, the deck is pretty good. As you guys seen, that Cosmo is second tier, or not second tier, but got the second amount of tops in the current ARG. First with Draco Pals, or Dark Pepe, or whatever you would like to call the deck. But that's another story. Wavering Eyes. I've debated putting Wavering Eyes on here since not everyone is playing Pepe or Pendulum-based decks, but with people realizing that Pepe is not dead and there's a new build of Pepe, Wavering Eyes is going to be more relevant, and you're going to see a lot more people playing versions of Pepe. So Wavering Eyes, when it resolves, as you guys know, it is savage, and if you resolve one in a mirror match, you basically win. Other than that, you guys should all know what Wavering Eyes does. Back when Klee played it, Tower Turbo, it's very annoying when you get Wavering Eyes, especially with especially with Damage Juggler being banned. You can't Damage Juggler Wavering Eyes anymore. Next we have Neptibus. I know you guys might say a lot of water on here. Water's not very good. Water isn't as good as Cosmo or Monarch or You're right. But Neptibus is still a good +1 card, especially with Dragoons. As you guys know, jump Dragoons, search an Atlantean, and search off of Dragoons. It gets the deck going. It's the best card that came out recently for Mermail in a long, long time. Instant Fusion, it comes in at the 4 spot. Instant Fusion, again, everyone knows what that does. The OCG obviously has done away with, Instant Fusion and Norden and all that good stuff. But we currently still have it, and it's being played in a lot of things. Even some builds of Cosmo are playing, especially with the tuner Ghost Ogre. It's a good engine with Instant Fusion and Norden. Especially in Dark Pepe, or any version of Pepe, or any version of deck that runs rank 4s. It's easy +1, and I see it happening on the next list. It might happen on the next list, but not. But I can see it getting touched sometime soon, semi-limited or limited. I don't see it being banned. Next, we have Pantheism for the Monarchs. You guys might say that Pantheism isn't a +1, but if used correctly, ditching a card, drawing 2, and then searching after it resolves is a +1. The card is broke, especially the fact that you can search any Monarch's Power Trap, and you can activate the draw effect more than once per turn, which I think is crazy. I guess some of you guys may know that FTK Monarch build with Magical Explosion placed the other day. It's a very annoying deck, but again, if the draw engine fails you, then the deck is obsolete. So I don't see a lot of people playing it. I know there's a kid playing it in our locals. He's done pretty well, but we're expecting that, obviously. Not many people in the ARG scene and the regional scene are expecting someone to bring Magical Explosion Monarch build. But it happens, there's trolly people out there. Next at number 2 spot, we have Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer, as you guys know, is a 3k attack monster who's untargetable. And when it's destroyed, you bring out something with lower levels in itself. Obviously, you guys have played a lot of Cosmo since Cosmo is relevant in the metagame. And you guys know how annoying it is to play around Dark Destroyer and find ways to limit the plussing off Dark Destroyer. Yes, it comes out and it busts a monster. That's annoying, and the fact that it specials any Cosmo out there besides itself is pretty good also. Cosmo is getting more support in Shining Victories, as you guys know. I guess we'll see how it plays out, but to me, I think after Shining Victories, Cosmo needs to get touched some way or another, because every card in there is basically a +1, besides Forerunner. And last but not least, we have Monkey Board / Skull Crobat. I couldn't find a reason to put both of them on here, so I just put them all as one. As you guys know, with the Justin format, both of them got limited 1 because they're 1-card scales. And you would think Konami, with Scout being a 1-card scale that you had to pay, you would think they would realize that, but I guess they wanted to sell the structure decks and they wanted to sell Bosch, which they did a pretty good job at both. And Monkey Board is a +1. It searches for anything, and so is Skull Crobat. Skull Crobat is the same principle. Activated effect, search for a performing power. As I said it before, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe to the video. If you guys have any other things you'd like me to add to this list, I can. Leave a comment down below. And if you like the video, leave a thumbs up. Again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.